Hey guys, my name's Stephen Martile at freedomeducation.ca. So here's your next training, and this is secret number one. And I don't know why it's such a big secret. I've been in personal growth long enough that you figured that someone must have told me this or like said, hey guys, by the way, you should know this. I don't know why they don't teach this right away. But anyways, I stumbled upon this and I thought it was very important that I share it with you. So here it is. 4% of your thoughts, perceptions, and behaviors are driven by your conscious mind, okay? Your daily waking mind. You know, when you're daily in your waking day, those thinking thoughts, 4% of them come from your conscious mind, your awake mind. That's the easier way to think of it. And 96% of your thoughts, perceptions, and behaviors come from your subconscious mind. And some people say, are you kidding me? It's true. Now, you don't have to believe me, and I'm not asking you to believe me. But here's the thing. There's a couple challenges that come up with this. Let me explain them. Like maybe you've been in a position where you're like, one day you woke up, or you bumped into a friend, or you saw someone, you started networking, you're talking to your friend, and they're like, I got a great idea for a business. And you're like, what is it? And they tell you about it, and you're super excited because it's alignment with what you're passionate about. You could see how it would happen. You've got this grand vision. But then what happens? A couple days go by and that great idea just turns into dust. Why? The biggest reason that people, the challenge that people come up against is that their subconscious programming is not in alignment with their conscious goals. So that's what you need to know. What are the challenges that come up from this? Well, there are two major challenges. The first one is bad habits are hard to break. Anyone who's tried to break a habit knows that. Because bad habits are so hard to break, it's almost impossible to just create a new habit with your willpower alone. Especially if it's like an area of like, finding, maybe you've got a fear and you want to go meet some people and you're like, there's this guy you want to go talk to, and you're like, I'm just going to go talk to him. Your willpower is not enough to get you to overcome that fear because your programming, your subconscious mind, your beliefs, and your perceptions are holding you back. So that's one part of it, is that bad habits are hard to break because you're trying to do it with 4% of your brain. The second biggest challenge is that subconscious mind, because it holds your thoughts, perceptions, and behaviors, and you might hear me repeat that a lot, but I really want you to understand this, is that the biggest challenge, the second biggest challenge with that is that it leaves you blind, or what's called a scotoma. And a scotoma is really a blind spot. So you might know how to do something, and you might even have and understand, why you're doing it, and you might even have a desire to do it. But because you have these blind spots, these scotomas, you don't really see what you don't know. And if you don't see what you don't know, maybe you're missing the opportunities. And an example of this is when your beliefs are not in alignment with the goal you set, okay? And I'll give you a really great example is the one below. There's a Charlie Chaplin video. Watch that video. It's a perfect example of a blind spot. So just to summarize, there are two challenges that come up with lack of the proper subconscious programming. One is that bad habits are hard to break with your conscious mind alone. With just using 4% of your brain, you can't use your willpower alone to break bad habits. Two is that your beliefs that are held in your subconscious mind, your thoughts, basically create blind spots. And these blind spots you want to think of as like a horse with blinders. Imagine there's a horse running with these blinders, and these blind spots are actually right behind your perception. You can't even see them. And since you can't see them, you're missing these opportunities that would help you get to your goal faster. So what I'm going to share with you in the next video is how these beliefs are formed in your subconscious minds and where they come from. But in the meantime, check out the Charlie Chaplin video. It's a really cool video. It'll give you some insight, and I'm sure you'll get some ahas from it, but that's really a really cool video, and I thought I'd share it with you. Okay? My name's Stephen Martile from freedomeducation.ca, and we'll talk to you soon.